I have to be honest, working remotely has allowed me more focus time than I usually got in the office. Yeah, the pop in visits were fun, sometimes, but until you added them up, it was hard to explain to others why the day's schedule seemed to get out of whack. I remember saying there's not enough time in the day to do everything, but I'm starting to see where my time goes. Now, this doesn't mean that folks haven't stopped popping in, chat remotely. A recent report shows that remote meetings increased 60% in 2022 compared to 2020. Add to this the impromptu one on one sessions, they increased 17% to 66% in the same 2 year span. Now, some pundits are saying we're meeting more, but I don't think so. I believe we've always met this much. The difference is now we have the data to prove it, since we use tools and platforms to connect with each other, and these systems track time. What was not measurable is being measured, and our remote interactions are shifting to mirror our old in person interactions more closely. Regardless of where we're sitting and working, we'll find a reason to connect with each other to make up for the loss in physical face time. The Harvard Business Review analyzed over 48 million meetings from 10 large global organizations. And here's a couple of takeaways that I think highlight the blurring of remote, hybrid, and in person work situations. The study found that remote meetings are more likely to be one on one rather than group, and more spontaneous rather than scheduled. So we've met the location enemy, and it's us, to paraphrase Walt Kelly. The in person interruptions that we considered normal are now happening remotely too. Overall, remote workers appear to become more rather than less engaged with respect to meetings with their colleagues. The aha for me is that technology isn't a barrier anymore. We'll make connections regardless of who is located where. So the role of the leader is becoming one of facilitator and connector of the community. Leaders of this flexible workforce must be planful about building networks for teammates, be intentional about the purpose of live interactions, and constantly communicating across the distance. As leader, your voice is needed, wanted, and the conversations are happening, so now is the time to be an active participant. We've always popped in for a chat or a quick question, so let's embrace the fact that we're still connecting, we're still collaborating, and with support, we're building a new, flexible, and hybrid community focused on performance more than place. Let's work together to build and expand those networks using learning as your strategic business tool. And we can talk about how to bring in the high touch into your leadership and team. Send me an email or let's Zoom and let's have an impromptu meeting and keep the conversation going. Thanks for joining and have a great day.